Laker fans, Nugget fans, welcome in to our live stream of Game 5 between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Denver Nuggets. As the game gets going and as we get the live score, I'll have it up for you here on the screen. Don't you worry. But until then, I'm going to kind of keep you updated as the Nuggets get the first score going. 3-0 start for Denver. Obviously, a win or go home game for Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray and the rest of the Denver Nuggets. But the Lakers, they win tonight. They're going to be in the NBA Finals. For the first time in what feels like forever, we are going to see the top team in the Western Conference get all the way to the finals, and that team would be the Los Angeles Lakers with a win here tonight in Game 5. And I'll tell you what, it has been a really, really fun series. In fact, unexpected just how competitive Denver has been because, yeah, even though they're down 3-1 in the series right now, they're still playing really, really hard, and they've started this game out well with a 5-2 run to open this one up. 3-0. They started the game off with the first score of the game, 3-0. So I want to know in the comment section who you're pulling for and who you think is going to win this one. Let me know in the live chat. We'll get some shout-outs going as we get this live stream started. It's just me tonight doing it solo for Game 5, and you guys are really what's going to make this one fun. So let's interact in the live chat, and we can have some fun throughout the night and get some shout-outs going here as the night gets going. And Lakers turn the ball over. Dwight Howard's still in the starting five as he picks up a foul. Fouls Nikola Jokic there. So in the starting five right now for the Los Angeles Lakers, it's pretty normal besides Dwight Howard back in the starting five. Dwight Howard, Anthony Davis, LeBron James, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and Danny Green in the starting five for the Lakers. In for the Denver Nuggets, Jamal Murray, Nikola Jokic, Paul Millsap, and Jeremy Grant as well, along with Gary Harris. Another foul there on the Los Angeles Lakers. Got 10:22 remaining in the first quarter. Game's just getting underway, and we're going to have that live score up for you guys in just a moment. Don't you guys worry. We'll have the play-by-play as well. But I want to know in the live chat who you guys think is going to win this one, Lakers or Nuggets. So type L for Lakers, type N for Nuggets, whoever you think is going to win this Game 5. We'll get some shout-outs going. I see my man Big Play Slay in the live chat, Martino Cochran, Koi Matai, Kenneth Booker, Shanab, Rennie Peterson. I see Mr. Clutch 35 and Gail Shagog all in the live chat already. If you're watching along with us, let your voice be heard as the Nuggets turn the ball over. Lakers get out and run. Rohit says Karl-Anthony Towns to the Warriors. That's another thing we're going to do tonight. If you guys have questions, NBA related, Lakers related, Denver Nuggets related, go ahead and ask them to me in the live chat, and I will answer anything you guys have. Rome Dunham making his voice heard. He's picking the Nuggets in this game, and right now they're off to a 5-4 start in this one. Pretty good start for the Nuggets, but they have also just turned the ball over, and the Lakers just forced them to foul in transition. So the refs are going to the review board as Jeremy Grant fouled LeBron, and I believe they might be reviewing a hostile act as Jeremy Grant hit LeBron in the face. But I mean, listen, it wasn't a hostile act. We all know that. I hate when they have to review stuff like this because it is just so petty and ridiculous. Like, that was clearly not a foul. LeBron wouldn't have even thought that was a foul. So why do we really have to go to the review board for this one and just waste time? I do not understand the reasoning behind this. It just makes no sense to me. I see Big Play Slay says, let's go Lakers. So what I want you guys to do now is let me know where you're watching from. I'm broadcasting live from the home studio in Plano, Texas, and I know you guys are watching along with me as I move the mic over here so I can talk to you guys better. Let me know where you're watching from. What country, what city, what state. If you're in Dallas, great. Let me know. If you're in Texas, great. Let me know. If you're in a totally different country, that's great as well, because I know we got watchers from all around the world. As Big Play Slay says Syracuse, and he says, I'm in Dallas. I think Big Play Slay is lying to me there because I know he would have texted me and said we could hang out if he was in Dallas. I see Rohit watching from San Francisco. Big Play says, psych, I ain't in Dallas. I knew you weren't in Dallas. I know you're in Syracuse. Big Play. We do this every single time. Rohit asking all the Karl-Anthony Towns trade questions. And if you guys want to keep asking questions, you guys can do that as well. So shout it out in the live chat. Where are you watching from tonight? Game 5 between the Denver Nuggets and the Los Angeles Lakers. By the way, don't believe they called that a hostile act. So it looks like the Lakers will keep the ball and take the ball sidelines out of bounds. Kevin Saza says Dallas for me. Kevin, you're in Dallas? Hey, let's watch a Mavs game together, huh? When the Mavs come back on, we'll go watch a game. Also, I know the Stars are playing right now. I might have to switch it over here at halftime. But Sapphire Bohemian says they're watching all the way from South Africa. Appreciate you, Sapphire. Big Play says, I'm 13. Jimmy's like 22. Okay, Big Play, I didn't realize you were 13 years old. But whenever you turn 18, you let me know. We'll hang out sometimes. Don't you worry. Who else we got in the live chat? Keep shouting it out where you guys are watching from. Kevin says, I'm a fan of every Dallas team. Kevin, let me know in the live chat, what is the score of the Stars game? Because I'm trying to watch that, but I can't do the Lakers and Nuggets game and the Stars game all at the same time, as the Lakers take the first lead of the game. For them, 6-5. Jokic drives, kicks, finds Jeremy Grant, who finds Gary Harris, who pulls up from 3 off the back iron. Rebound goes to Dwight Howard, who had a terrific rebounding game. He did. I mean, that last game, really a great game all around, I guess I should say. He absolutely dominated and started off with a double-double, but then Frank Vogel didn't play him in the second half, which really confused me, as the Lakers miss a shot there and the Nuggets are getting out and running in transition. Gary Harris drives and just barrels into LeBron. A great charge taken by the King there. That just sets the tone for a game like this when your best player is taking a charge like that. As you can see, I got the play-by-play back up here for you guys. I don't want you guys to miss a single thing. I'll try to get you some kind of play-by-play reactions as we get going all throughout the night, but in case I can't, you get to watch it right there live on screen. Stars up 1-0 over Tampa Bay. That's great news. I'm a big hockey fan these days. Only during the whatchamacallit, what's even going on? The Stanley Cup. I guess I should know the name of that. So if you're a Stars fan, if you're a hockey fan, let me know in the live chat. But let me know, guys, where are you watching from tonight? I've seen guys from Dallas. I've seen people from South Africa. I've seen people all the way from Syracuse, New York. So wherever you're watching from, let us know in the live chat. We'll get that play-by-play up full screen for you so you guys don't have to look at me the entire time, as the Nuggets take a 9-6 lead with 8 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Listen, we all know the Nuggets are going to come to play, right? We all know that the Nuggets, wow, oh my goodness. What a play by Nikola Jokic to steal the inbounds pass and turn that into a 4-point turnaround. What a play there. Slez H asks, any free agents you could think go to the Nuggets and make a championship team if they lose this series? Well, here's the deal. The Nuggets don't have a ton of cap space, and this free agent class isn't super strong, so I don't know if I'd really waste any money on a free agent if I'm the Denver Nuggets. Now, would I trade for somebody like a Bradley Beal or a Drew Holiday? Yeah, I absolutely would. If I'm the Nuggets, I have all the pieces needed in the world to make a big-time trade with guys like Michael Porter Jr. or Will Barton or Gary Harris or even a Bol and draft picks. If I can trade one of those for a proven guy like a Bradley Beal that can help me win right now, I think I'd do it. Marquise Robertson, I see you in the chat. But, again, if I'm the Lakers, there's just absolutely no reason to spend a ton of money on any of these decent free agents in this free agency class. I like Montrezl Harrell. Maybe that makes some sense, and you get a rebounding, more aggressive big next to Jokic. But I like Jeremy Grant next to Jokic better than I like Montrezl Harrell. That fit there is a little bit better. Now, one of my favorite questions that I love to bring up on the chat is, I love when you guys start naming random NBA players in the live chat. So the most random player you can think of off the top of your head, shout it out, and I'll give you some shout outs, and we'll kind of reminisce on some of these random names that people forget about throughout their NBA time. So let me know. Shout out a random NBA player. We've got about 7.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. We are trucking along already. There haven't been too many stops in this one, but there we go. Big Play says, Jimmy Crowther. I'm not an NBA player, but I wish I was. Lachian Carnival says Tatum, but spelled it T-A-D-E-M. I don't think that's how you spell it. Jalen Reagor, not a basketball player. Yeah, he is completely 100% an NFL player. Harold Miner, I forgot about him. Big Play says Julius Randle. I saw your Jalen Reagor shout out. Who else? Name some random other players. By the way, Julius Randle went to my high school. I would just like everyone to know that. I did go to high school with Julius Randle. Obviously, he is a little bit more successful than me. But, success, you can argue on that. Lechian says, no, I'm not in the NBA. I wish I was. Maybe one day. Maybe if I work hard enough, I can get there by the time I'm 30. So keep naming those random NBA players. Whoever you got, shout them out in the live chat, and I'll give you shout-outs as we get going. Shelly says Paul George. Big Play says Kenny the Jet Smith, as Gary Harris knocks down a 3 to put the Nuggets up 12-7. Arthur says James Posey. I know he played with the Grizzlies and with the Celtics, with the Miami Heat for a little bit as well. Marquise says, do you see Kevin Love to reunite with the LeBron James on the Lakers? No, simply because Lakers don't have any pieces that the Cleveland Cavaliers would even be interested in besides Kyle Kuzma. Big Play says Stevie Franchise. Again, another Houston Rocket. Who else did Steve Francis play for? The Orlando Magic, I believe. Slez says, what do you think is the best option for the Warriors? Marvin Lewis, by the way, says Dorian Finney-Smith. Lachian says Larry Bird. Best option for the Warriors is package Wiggins, package the number 2 pick, and get an established player. Maybe you can just trade the number 2 pick and a young guy for a different player or some extra picks, and Wiggins could be a true 4th option. But as of right now, I just don't think you're going to get a great player in exchange for just that number 2 overall pick. Shelly says Bull. Arthur says Joe Smith. Joe Smith, I think, played for the Hawks and the Mavs for a little bit. I think the Warriors as well. Big Play says, I always loved Steve Francis until what he did. If you know, you know. I actually don't know what Steve Francis did. Kevin says Courtney Lee. Lachian says Lachian. Marvin Lewis says PG-13 for Bradley Beal. It could get done. I think the Wizards say no. If they're going to trade Bradley Beal, they're going to go real young, and Paul George doesn't really make a lot of sense right there. Plus, Bradley Beal is clearly better than Paul George right now. Dylan Rodriguez in the chat says, let's go Mavs. Hey, Dylan, if you haven't subscribed to our All Things Mavs channel, make sure you do that. Go to youtube.com/allthingsmavs and go subscribe there. Best Mavs channel on YouTube, no doubt about it. You guys can argue with me all you want, but I'll trust that you will lose that argument. Marquise Robertson says, Jimmy, you, Harrison, and Hannah are my favorite broadcasters on Chat Sports. Marquise, you are the man. I appreciate you. I appreciate that shout out. Let's keep getting these random NBA player shout outs. Shelly Ann, as we're in a timeout, by the way, says Trae Young. Marvin Lewis says, Shamit PG-13 for Bradley Beal. Would you do that? Man, if I'm with Washington, you got to say yes to that one. I do like that one. Lachian says LA is definitely going to win this game. Well, if you're so sure about that, let's go ahead and see what everyone else thinks and who is picking who in this one. Who wins Game 5? You guys can type L for the Lakers or N for the Denver Nuggets. And right now, the Nuggets do have a firm 5-point lead in the first quarter, but it is early and things are bound to change. So let's get your votes in. L for the Lakers, N for the Nuggets. Put it in the live chat. We'll get you some shout outs going right here. Lachian says Lakers. G Money says Denver. Sergio says Nuggets. Lachian says Lakers. If you haven't subscribed to our Lakers channel, Lachian, I don't know what you're doing. youtube.com/LakersTV. Matthew's typing his L for the Lakers as well. Dylan Rodriguez says D for the Denver Nuggets. Who else? Keep typing those L's or those N's, whatever team you're cheering for, whatever team you think is going to win this one. Lakers or the Nuggets, who wins Game 5? Reginald Cato says L for the Lakers. Marvin Lewis says N for the Nuggets. I'm assuming Marvin Lewis not related to the ex-NFL head coach. Again, another L for the Nuggets there by Marvin Lewis. Shelly Ann says Jamal Murray for Steph Curry. Golden State says no, because Jamal Murray, yes, he's a lot younger, but Steph Curry is still much better when fully healthy. And the Warriors are looking to win right now. There's just no reason for them to trade for a younger point guard to kind of basically rebuild 100%. Lachian says, if you are not an LA fan, I don't know what you're doing. Well, there's a lot of people that aren't LA fans, me included. Marquise Robertson says the random player that I can think of are Tristan Thompson and Klay Thompson. Let's get a little bit more random than that, because everybody knows Tristan and Klay Thompson. Those guys are not exactly random in the NBA. Dylan Rodriguez asked me, should the Mavs try to sign Fred VanVleet? I'm going to say no, but I do like Fred VanVleet. And I do think if the Mavs lose J.J. Barea and they lose Trey Burke, then it could make some sense. But you still have Jalen Brunson. Luka Doncic is still your main point guard. I don't know if there's a lot of reason to sign Fred VanVleet. I just wouldn't do it personally. I think he's a little bit too small, and the defensive liability is definitely a problem. So I wouldn't say yes. Arthur the Author page says the Celtics need a big. I mean, I like Daniel Tice. I like Robert Williams. I like Enes Kanter. But, yeah, none of those guys are really the long-term answer as a starting center for a championship team. So I agree with you. The Celtics do need a big. I'm not sure what that answer is. I know Mason Plumlee's a free agent this year, and he could be a good fit. I know maybe like a Miles Turner for the Indiana Pacers could be a trade target for them potentially. But right now, they're in a really good position, and they do have some trade chips, and I think they could use those this offseason. Dylan Rodriguez says the random player he can think of is Malik Monk. Man, I hope Malik Monk pans out for the Charlotte Hornets because I do like him a lot. He's a great athlete. He's a good shooter, or he could be a good shooter, and he's a lot of fun at Kentucky. But right now, it's just kind of up in the air. And obviously, he's going into, his 4th year, so he still has a lot of time left. So I'm not worried about him, but I will say, his career has not quite panned out how I thought it would. I thought he'd be, closer to a 6th man of the year / starting caliber shooting guard type guy. And that's not what he is right now. G Money says Frank Ntilikina. JJ says I farted. Nice. Sergio says who will DeMar DeRozan end up with? I think he's going to end up with the San Antonio Spurs. He does have a $30 million, $28 million player option. And if I'm DeMar DeRozan, you're not going to get that in the open market. So I say you go ahead and pick up that player option. There's no reason for him to turn that down. It's not Lakian, it's Latchland says, do you think AD is better than LeBron? I'm going to say no, but at the end of next year, yeah, he's probably better than LeBron. But this year and really in the playoffs overall, I would take LeBron over Anthony Davis. I like the question, though. If Kyle Kuzma, this is from Marquise Robertson, if Kyle Kuzma leaves the Lakers, what team do you see him going to? I mean, it all depends on a trade, right? It all depends on who the Lakers trade him for because as of right now, I mean, he's not a free agent for a while, so there's no reason that he's even going to look to leave. But the Lakers would have to trade him, and I'm not sure who they're going to trade him for. So that's just such an open-ended question, and I don't really know right now. Arthur, the Author page, says, will the Nets win the East in 2021? Ooh, good question. I am interested to see if the Nets can win the East next year. I think I need to see if everyone's healthy first. I'm going to say no for right now, but I do think they'll be at least in the Western Conference Finals, and I think that will be a ton of fun because I'm excited to see what a healthy Kevin Durant looks like if indeed he is healthy again next year for the Nets. And obviously with Steve Nash as the head coach, that kind of brings about a lot of questions for that team as well. Just how good of a coach is Steve Nash going to be as Michael Porter Jr. scores his first bucket of the game with a nice little layup there to get the lead back for Denver 14-13. And then Dwight Howard wrestles with Mason Plumlee to get the ball back and gets it back indeed. Ball kicks out to Rajon Rondo. Playoff Rondo knocks down a 3, and the Lakers go back up by 2 there. Let's go back to the questions in the live chat. This is from Shinehead45. Shinehead45, are you making fun of the fact that I have a shiny forehead right now, or is that just your username? He says, if Denver is eliminated, do you think Paul Millsap will sign elsewhere? In my opinion, he should sign with Dallas. Great locker room veteran and tough body that they need. Man, if I'm the Mavs, I'm calling Paul Millsap and offering the mid-level exception right away. But I do think he would end up staying in Denver over going to the Dallas Mavericks simply because he has a better chance to win right now. That's the only reason that I think he'd go with the Nuggets over the Mavs. Now, yes, the Mavs could probably be, I think, in the conference finals or, the semifinals by next year easily, but I'm not sure I'm ready to call them a championship contender in 2021. And that's what Paul Millsap wants to do. He wants to win right now because he's older. And I do like him for Dallas, but I think he'll stay in Denver. That's my prediction. So if you guys have any other questions, let me know what they are in the live chat and make your predictions right now. Lakers or the Nuggets. We got a little over 70 people watching this live game. So if you're watching with us, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you make your votes heard below in the live chat. Just go ahead, shout it out. You guys can really call out anything that you want as we're live here. Anthony Davis scores and 1 bucket over Michael Porter Jr. and the Lakers are back up by 2 with a chance to go up by 3 if Anthony Davis can finish this and 1. So right now, I'll get you a quick box score read for you. Lakers up 18-16, and on the Lakers side of the ball, Anthony Davis has 4 points, 1 steal. Still no rebounds for Anthony Davis, and that's been a big area of concern for him and the Lakers. 5 points for Danny Green, finally being able to do something, but 3 of those points have come from the free throw line, only 1 from the field. 4 points and 4 rebounds for Dwight Howard, but he does have 2 turnovers and a foul. LeBron James, not a great start so far. 2 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 1 of 2 from the field. 3 points for playoff Rondo, 0 for Kuzma, and 0 for Alex Caruso. For the Denver Nuggets, 4 points for Jeremy Grant, 5 points for Nikola Jokic, 3 points for Gary Harris, 2 points for Jamal Murray, 2 points for Michael Porter Jr., 0 for Monty Morris, 0 for Mason Plumlee, and 0 for Paul Millsap. Good start for them so far, but Gary Harris and Nikola Jokic both have picked up 2 early fouls in this one. So let us know what your votes are in the live chat. L for the Lakers, in for the Nuggets. We'll get some shout-outs going here as we get going. Andrew Carnes is the first one I see with an L for the Los Angeles Lakers. And if you guys don't want to vote right now, then we'll answer a few more questions for you. Andrew says, do you think Fred VanVleet's worth $20 million? I do think that he has answered, or that he is proven his worth. And I do think he's worth $18 to $20 million. Still young. He's a great offensive threat. Not good defensively because he's so small. Maybe it was just because he's playing in a contract year, but I love what Fred VanVleet does on the floor. So, yeah, I do think he's worth that much right now. Marquise Robertson asks, Jimmy, who is your favorite rivalry in the NBA? Mine is the Cavs and the Warriors. Favorite one has got to be the Rockets and the Mavs. That's just classic for me personally. Other than that, Lakers-Celtics is pretty classic as well when you're talking all-time rivalries personally. Dylan Rodriguez says, non-basketball question, will the Cowboys beat the Seahawks tomorrow? I hope so, but I don't think so. I think the Seahawks are arguably the best team in the NFL as Anthony Davis gets to the rim and misses a layup. And I just think the Cowboys are going to lose that one, but we'll see. I do hope they can win it, and I think anything is possible, but they haven't looked great their first 2 games, so I'm going to give that one to the Seahawks. Marquise Robertson says Lakers are going to win this game. Andrew says, who do you think the Lakers are going to sign this offseason? Nobody not named Anthony Davis. Just honestly, that's their only real option, and he is where all their money's going to have to go to. So I don't think they're going to sign anybody besides Anthony Davis. Latchland says there's no good live streamers on the NBA. Hey, what about me? I'm trying to be good here, so I'm doing what I can. Sergio says, what happened with the Clippers? I had them going to the conference finals. Man, I did too. I really thought they were going to, but the Nuggets just did what they do and came back from a 3-1 lead or 3-1 deficit, and they won the game and won the series. Oh, Latchland says, but you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Andrew Carnett says, Kawhi on the way? On the way where? I'm not sure. Shinehead45 says, as a fellow Dallas fan, who are you rooting for in the finals matchup if it's Lakers Heat? Both historically not our favorites. Never thought I'd see the day that I say I really like this Heat team. Man, I'm with you. That is tough because Mavs fans have never liked the Lakers. They've definitely never liked the Miami Heat. But here's my thing. Nobody on this Miami team played in 2006 or 2011 besides Udonis Haslem, who's not even playing right now. And yes, of course, Eric Spoelstra was the coach. But I'm going to let it go if they're in the finals, and I'm going to cheer for the Miami Heat because I like Jimmy Butler. I love Tyler Hero. I love Bam Adebayo. And I really like Goran Dragic, of course, as well. So I'll cheer for the Heat because I just cannot manage to bring myself to cheer for a team who wins all the time in the Los Angeles Lakers. Andrew says, Paul George for Russell Westbrook. Both teams say no in that situation. Actually, I think the Rockets could say yes, but I think the Clippers say no in that one. I like the question, though. It's at least interesting. It changes some stuff up with 2 different guys that have just kind of been useless in this playoffs for both the Clippers and for the Houston Rockets, respectively, of course. Latchland says, who do you think is going to win, the Heat or the Celtics? I got the Heat winning. I think the Heat will win the next one, and I think that'll be a much better matchup to watch between the Lakers and the Heat. I think the Celtics are good, and they have a lot of good perimeter players, but they don't have any good guys to guard LeBron or Anthony Davis. The Heat, on the other hand, Jake asks, by the way, is AD playing? Yes, Anthony Davis is playing. He's healthy. He looks good so far in this game, although he has missed a couple chippies at the rim. Wamik Ali says, imagine if both teams blow up a 3-1 lead. That would be incredible. And at that point, you have to cheer for the fact that the Celtics and the Nuggets would be able to do that. That's just incredible. David Romoff, says, I hope it's the Lakers. Listen, if the Lakers do win it, it would be pretty cool to see as a guy who's loved LeBron my entire life. But it's just so hard to cheer for the Lakers. I'm just being honest. It just is. CP Brother says, Lakers are trash. Oof. We got some Laker haters in the live chat. So if you guys are Lakers lovers, let me know. If you guys are Lakers haters, let me know as well. Let me know where you're watching from tonight, and I'll give you some shout-outs. And if you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do that as well. So as we're continuing to talk about the NBA Finals, you guys shouted out, which team is going to make the Finals from the Eastern Conference, the Heat or the Celtics? You're giving me shout-outs in the live chat. I'll give you shout-outs as we get going. Andrew says Toronto. They're not in the... Oh, he's watching from Toronto. Appreciate you watching from Canada. So, Heat or Celtics out of the East. You guys shout it out, and I'll give you shout-outs as we get going here in the live chat. Zeke says LeBron's the GOAT and does not say anything about the Heat or the Celtics. Narik says the Heat. CP Brother says the Heat. Andrew, CP Brother, Zeke again. Both all say the Heat. Nathan Coyle says the Heat. Sergio says, whoever wins, I think it won't feel the same as a regular championship, you know. It will for those fans and it will for that team, but I get what you mean. It's definitely going to be weird. But if it was my team in the finals, I would still feel just as excited. Sergio Espinoza says the Miami Heat. Who else you got? Celtics or the Heat in the Eastern Conference? Who's going to make it out of the East as Caruso gets all the way to the rim in the fast break to tie the game up 23-23. Jake says Heat in 6. So in other words, they're going to win it in this next one, and honestly, I kind of hope that happens. I'd like to get to the finals sooner rather than later. As Caruso gets out to run again and slams it home on the fast break. 4 straight points for Alex Caruso, and the Lakers go up 25-23. Dylan Rodriguez says Miami Heat. CP Brother says Heat versus the Lakers in the finals. By the way, on that fast break, Anthony Davis did kind of twist his ankle, or not twist his ankle, but go to the ground. But he's back in the game, and he looks like he's moving just fine with Mason Plumlee on him. So I'm going to ask you guys this one as well as the Nuggets get back within 1 or to tie it up at 25. Who is your favorite player of all time? Everybody give me a shout out. Whoever it is, give me a shout out. I'll type mine right now. It's Dirk Nowitzki. That is my favorite player of all time. But favorite player ever. Give me a shout out. Let me know in the comment section in the live chat who your favorite player is of all time. By the way, Michael Porter Jr. just picked up his second foul. Zeke fan says LeBron James. Big Play Slay says Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Big Play. Can you tell me what Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's real name is? I'll give you 2 points if you can. CP Brother says Luka Magic. Love that answer. Andrew says Kyle Lowry. Wow, that's random. Skirmish1 says LeBron James. Latchland says I subbed to your channel. Appreciate you. Jake says Kwame Brown. Yikes. Nathan Coyle says Dennis Rodman. I see CP Brother again with Luka Magic. Hayden Kim says Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's a fun one. I'm going to poll. I've actually got a live studio audience, some of my friends and family in the room right now. Can you tell me who Shai Gilgeous-Alexander plays for? Because some of these people, not big basketball fans that are watching along with me, but they're in the background. We're going to interact with them throughout the night. Can you tell me who Shai Gilgeous-Alexander plays for? Really? You can't? It's the Oklahoma City Thunder. Latchland says Shaquille O'Neal. Shorty says Black Mamba. Yes, everybody in the live chat knows it's the Oklahoma City Thunder, but everybody in the room just did not know that, which is sad because a couple of the people in the room right now are from Oklahoma City. So, not great there that you don't know that. Sergio Espinosa says Tim Duncan or Derrick Rose. Good answers there. Very random, but I like the answers. Tim Duncan or Derrick Rose. If you guys want to ask my friends and my family questions throughout the night in the live chat, put it in the live chat. I will ask them from here. They're not going to come on camera with me, but maybe if we get enough chats, maybe if we get enough questions, you guys will be able to get them on the screen. But ask them any questions you want, and maybe we'll get them on here, and they can answer some questions for you guys as well. Dylan Rodriguez says his favorite player is Allen Iverson. Shinehead says Jordan Vaughn. I don't know who that is. Hayden Kim says Jeremy Grant. I don't think that's your favorite player of all time, but it is a random player. Big Play says, I literally watched a whole documentary about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Hey, Big Play, love you, brother, but you were 13. I don't know if you can say a player that you didn't watch is your favorite player of all time. I'm just saying. CP Brother says Allen Iverson's underrated. Ayahana Street says Nikola Jokic. Andrew says Patrick McCaw, a.k.a. 3-time NBA champion Patrick McCaw. Big Play says Lou Alcindor. Yes, that is Kareem. El Mafio is asking questions about showing the game. We're showing the game right there. You can see it right there. I don't know what you're complaining about. We are literally watching the game as we speak, and I'm giving you all the live play-by-play. Stamps says LeBron James is his favorite player. We're winding down, by the way, the end of the first quarter here, 30-31 right now. Oh, Dylan Rodriguez asking, what happened to those Sooners today? Hey, here's a good thing, and I'll ask them about your Oklahoma Sooners as well. We here, and me included, are Oklahoma State fans. We don't cheer for the Oklahoma Sooners in this one. What do you have to say about the Oklahoma Sooners? Anything interesting? I just see some thumbs downs, and I heard some fart noises from the background as well about the Oklahoma Sooners losing to Kansas State. But big shout out to producer Brett Scott, K-State alum. Very happy about that win as they get the victory there over the top-ranked Oklahoma Sooners and Spencer Radler. Shinehead45 says, questions to Jimmy's fam and friends. Is Jimmy this chatty in real life? Ha. And there are nods around the entire room. Yes, I am this chatty in real life. So, good question. Jake says, Chuck, guaranteed Lakers would win Game 5. We are going to have a Game 6. All right, so I'm going to get this question back up one more time. I'm going to give 5 more shout-outs. So the next 5 people to tell me their favorite player, I will give a shout-out to in the live chat. And then as we go from the first quarter into the second quarter, I'm going to take a quick break, get a quick drink of water, and we'll be right back for the second quarter. So the next 5 people that I can get their shout-outs in, I will give them shout-outs in the live chat. Latchlin says Kobe Bryant. Hayden Kim says Lou Dort. I'm going to ask the audience, who does Lou Dort play for? They said Thunder. They got that one right. Donnell Marshall says LeBron James. So we got 3. One more. Latchlin says LeBron. Can we get one more? G-Money says Kobe Bryant. So I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to get a quick drink of water. You can keep shouting out your favorite players. We will be right back here for the start of the second quarter between the Nuggets and the Los Angeles Lakers, with the Lakers leading by 3. All right, we're back with the return of the second quarter and of this game as the Lakers are up 33-32. I see a lot of you guys now in the live chat. It's popping off a little bit now, and I wanted your votes on the best player of all time, LeBron James or Michael Jordan. And we seem like right now, I'm doing the stats, I'm taking the numbers. It looks like 62% have said LeBron James, which is absolutely insane. 62% have said LeBron James. So MJ or LJ? Let me know in the live chat who you guys have as the greatest player of all time, as some of y'all's greatest player of all time just got swatted into next week by Torrey Craig. Great block there by him. And the Nuggets go down and draw a foul. Listen, personally, I'm going with Michael Jordan. I do think Michael Jordan's the best player of all time. And I could give my argument if you guys really want it, but I don't think any of you really care that much about what I have to say about this argument. However, I do think it is Michael Jordan, and I will stick with that answer right now as my greatest player of all time. But you guys, if you guys disagree, you guys can just let me know in the live chat and just say it, because I get it. I mean, there are arguments for LeBron. I've been on the LeBron train for a long time, but I recently hopped off, and I'm going with Michael Jordan as my favorite player of all time. Or not favorite, but my best player of all time. So as the Nuggets take the lead 34-33, what I want you to do is name a random Denver Nugget. Go ahead, name the most random current or past, whoever it may be, or maybe a future Denver Nugget, the most random player that has ever played for the Denver Nuggets. If you can think of them, shout it out in the live chat, and I'll get some shout-outs as we get going as LeBron gets to the rim and takes a lead there. Hayden Kim says Jeremy Grant, big play Slay. Says Alex English, arguably the greatest Nugget of all time, honestly. Hayden Kim says Jeremy Grant again. Lachlan says Nikola Jokic. Shinehead says Andre Miller. God, I forgot he even played for the Nuggets. William Miner says Dale Ellis. By the way, JaVale McGee's in the game. Did not play last game, but now he's in and immediately picks up a foul and can't stop Nikola Jokic. CP Brother says Alonzo Ball. Michael says Joe Mama. Nice. Shorty says Chauncey Billups. Marquise is watching from Columbus, Georgia. Blue Diamond says Patrick Ewing is the best Nugget. No, Patrick Ewing was not very good with the Denver Nuggets at all. Big Play Slay says JaVale McGee. CP Brother says Lonzo Ball. Never played for the Nuggets. Big Play Slay says Carmelo Anthony and Allen Iverson. Yeah, those are really solid answers. Hayden Kim says Nikola Billups. Imagine if you put those two into the same body. Rudolph Grigsby says Chris Jackson. Lachlan says he's watching from Australia. Shinehead says, oh wait, J.R. Henny King Smith. All very, very good answers, and all acceptably random answers as well. All right, question for my people in the live chat and what I want you guys to do right now. So again, as you know, if you have been watching already, although we do have now over 195 people watching this game, so I appreciate all you guys watching. Should the studio audience, because I am watching with some live studio audience right now in my home studio, should they go and get me a cookie? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Let's see how many votes we get. So should my audience that I have in the background go out, one of them at least, go out and get me cookies or get me a snack? Y for yes, N for no. And then we're going to report back. So whatever gets the most votes, we're going to tell them to do that. We'll see if they bring me one here on screen. Hayden Kim says no. Zeke Fan says yes. Lachlan says yes. Zeke says yes. CP Brother says yes. Big Play Slay says yes. Andrew Canes says yes. Give him 2 cookies. CP Brother says yes. Give him Chips Ahoy. Big Play Slay says Jimmy deserves it. He's been working hard. Andrew Carnez says, I want a cookie. Michael says, depends on the cookie. What's the best cookie? The greatest cookie you can think of. Let me know right now. Best cookie you guys can think of. Shout it out in the live chat because I do think we have some peanut butter chocolate cookies downstairs. I think that's what they're going to go get me. Oh, peanut butter chocolate is what I'm hearing. Dylan Rodriguez also gets some milk as well. CB Brother says Chips Ahoy is the best cookie. I strongly disagree. That is a very average cookie if I've ever had one. Oreos are 10 times better than Chips Ahoy. Why is everybody saying Chips Ahoy? Is that all you guys eat? That is not that good of a cookie. Shinehead says, bro, you are getting something out of this, but yeah, there is a virtual cookie. What? I don't know what that means. Michael says banana bread cookie. Ew, gross, no. Oatmeal cookies. I like oatmeal cookies. I do like oatmeal cookies, so don't hate on that. Andrew says, I like them, but you need milk. Big Play says, hopefully Luka and Zion join the Los Angeles Lakers. Yeah, right. Keep dreaming, Big Play Slay. Luka and Zion are not going to the Lakers together, especially ever. Although, Luka, LeBron, Zion, Anthony Davis, it makes some sense. Dylan says Samoa Girl Scout cookie. I don't like Samoas. I'm more of a Thin Mint guy myself. My Holy King says fudge stripe cookies by Cleaver. When I say, or Keebler, not Kleba. I was thinking Maxi Kleba, different person. Vincent says brownies. Brownies are not cookies. Let's get that straight right now. Hayden Kim says, who counts this? Who counts what? The votes? We have people in the background and in the production studio that count all of our votes, and they get all the stats all compiled up for you guys. We have a mathematician that does all this stuff back there. It's kind of insane, the kind of hard work that he goes through to get all that stuff for you guys up on the screen. Andrew Carnez says a brookie. Vincent Oz says the macadamia cookies. Big Play says the NFL has been canceled. You're fake news. Big Play Slay, that is fake news. Hayden Kim says no way. Yeah, no, they did not. They did not cancel the NFL. Don't you guys worry. So I do want to ask you guys this question because it's coming up soon. And CP Brother, by the way, says, Jimmy, got a question. What's your question? You guys can ask me any question in the live chat. I'll answer literally anything that you guys ask me, whether it's personal or, you know, if you want to ask the studio audience in the background, you want to ask them some questions, you want to ask me questions, whoever it is, you just let me know. Shinehead says, you got your younger brother computing it. Let's get you a cookie as well. No, by the way, I don't have a younger brother, but we do have a production team over at Chat Sports that does it. None of my live studio audience is helping out. I just hope you guys know that. My Holy King says Pillsbury Baked Cookies. Hayden Kim says, what game is this? This is game 5. So how many games is this series going to go? Shout it out in the live chat. I'll give you shout outs as we go. Darnell Marshall says 4-1. So AKA it's going to go 5 games and end tonight as Markieff Morris knocks down a 3. Finally doing something. Morris was terrible in that last game. Michael says, what's your prediction for the outcome of the game? I think the Lakers are going to win tonight and go to the NBA Finals, but we'll see. How I Made says 5. Hayden Kim says 5. Mark says Nuggets never made it to the NBA Finals and only one appearance in the Western Conference Finals against them. Big Play says, chat, who do you think is better, Jimmy Crowther, Tom Downey, Mitchell Renz, or Harrison Graham? All right, fine. I'll ask it. Better NBA, or I guess not NBA because Mitchell Renz doesn't do a whole lot of NBA, but better host, me, Tom, Harrison, or Mitch? Let me know in the live chat. You guys can make your votes. I'll give shout-outs, but only if you say me. If you don't say me, I'm not going to give you shout-outs. My Holy King says 4-2 Lakers, so the Nuggets going to have to win tonight for that to happen. Dylan Rodriguez says you should start having guests on the show. Dylan, how about this? If we can get 300 likes by the end of this video, I'll FaceTime one of you in so that you can get in on the show with me. But we got to hit 300. We're only at 41 likes right now. Big Play says Jimmy Crowther. Big Play also says... I'm not going to read that out loud. Hayden says Jimmy and Tom. Big Time B-Ball says Jimmy's the best host. Big Time B-Ball, it's been a while. Appreciate you being in the live chat. Big Play says Jimmy Crowther, no doubt. Shinehead says Hater Jimmy, no doubt. Hey, Hater Jimmy is here to stay, and he's here to play all throughout the NBA season. Appreciate you guys for showing me love. So again, how many games is this going to go? You guys can go ahead and let me know in the live chat. Andrew says, baseball question. Do you think the Yankees are going to win the World Series? I don't know enough about baseball. The Yankees could be terrible, and I would still say probably yes because they're the Yankees, but I really have no idea. I have zero idea who's going to win the World Series this year. Big Time B-Ball says, Jimmy Guy, you have big muscles. If this hits 200 likes, I'll flex on camera for everybody, even though I like this shirt, and it would be really hard to have to flex and rip it for everybody live on the screen. Don Rodriguez says, Jimmy, you and Tom are my favorites. Big Play says there was a whole music video at my house. What does that even mean? Hayden says, I think the Red Sox will win it. I haven't watched the MLB in a while. Listen, I'm a Rangers fan, and all I know is that the Rangers are terrible. And other than that, I literally do not know anything about what's going on in the NFL. So you guys can ask me questions about literally any game or any sport you want, but if it's baseball related, probably not going to know that much. Also, if anybody right now can check the score of the Tampa Bay Lightning and Dallas Stars hockey game for me and put it in the live chat, that would be a huge help. First one to do it gets a shout out from me. Big Play says, I'm a Dodgers fan. Go Dodgers. Big Play, that is the only team that you have that is not in some random state. You had the Lakers. Well, so now you have the Lakers and the Dodgers, so you have both the LA teams, but then you also have, by the way, Big Play, first one to get the score in there. Appreciate you. You got the Lakers, the Eagles, the Dodgers, Auburn, and you're from Syracuse. Very random. How I Made says, do you think Jamal is a poor man's Dwayne Wade? No. No, not at all. Jamal Murray is a better shooter than Dwayne Wade ever was. Dwayne Wade is a better defender and athlete than Jamal Murray, so not the same at all to me. Hayden Kim says, with Chidobe Awuzie going to the IR, who's going to cover DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett and OBJ in the next game? Well, OBJ doesn't play for the Seahawks, but that being said, I don't know. The Cowboys secondary is in big trouble. Bruh, it's Kev Rich, says it's 1-1 still. Appreciate you, bruh. Lachlan says, what is your name? My name's Jimmy, as it is on screen. Marquise says, Jimmy, who's your favorite NFL team and player and rivalry, and also your favorite baseball team? Mine are Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. All right, let's break this down one by one. Favorite NFL team? Dallas Cowboys. Favorite NFL player? Probably, man, I really like Blake Jarwin, but he's hurt because he's an Oklahoma State guy. I really like Ezekiel Elliott. I really like Chris Carson and Patrick Mahomes. Those are all my answers. Favorite rivalry in the NFL? Probably Cowboys-Eagles. It's a pretty easy one. And favorite baseball team? The Texas Rangers. Ace says, the Lakers will focus next season on Anthony Davis to extend his contract. Yes, they will absolutely do all they can to extend his contract. Big Play says, we have Darius Slay, top 5 cornerback in the league. Yes, I do know Big Play Slay is top 5 cornerback in the league. I know that. CP Brother says, I respect you for that. Not sure what you respect me for, but it's that. What do you respect me for, CP? Kind of confused. Bruh says, Murray's got to do it one more year for me to say he's a better shooter than Wade, but I'm not knocking Murray. No, I mean, it's a fact. Dwayne Wade's never been a good three-point shooter. That's always been the case. I'm not saying he's a better player. He's a better shooter. Hayden Kim says, go with Michael Gallup. I do like Michael Gallup. How I Made says, do you think Donovan is Lillard 2.0 given their same build? No, I think they are separate, different players as well. And I think Damian Lillard will always be better than Donovan Mitchell ever will be. Frederick says, why are you a Dallas Cowboys fan? I'm from Dallas, born and raised here. So all things Dallas sports is what I'm a fan of. And if you guys want, you can go follow my All Things Mavs Twitter at all_things_Mavs. If you don't follow me already, I don't know what you're doing. As LeBron gets to the rim and Lakers now up by 11, they have a commanding lead with 5:48 remaining in the game. Dornell says Tom Brady and the Dodgers. Brutz, Kev Rich says Caruso's coming up big so far. Yeah, Caruso's been really, really good. By the way, I am watching the game. I'm currently paying attention. I'm just answering all your questions as well. I don't want you guys to think I'm getting sidetracked here. How I Made says, do you think COVID is a scam? No, trust me. Take it from me. Corona is very real, and it's not a scam. Take it from me. Hayden Kim says, I'm from Mars. No, you're not. You're lying. Called you out. So, listen, guys. We have over 240 people watching this show right now. 240. That's a pretty good number. In fact, that's a great number. So, what I want you to do is like the video. I'm trying to hit 100 likes, and it's really one of the most simple ways you can support the channel and support the page is just by hitting that thumbs up and telling me that you like the video. So hit that thumbs up. Let's get it to 100. So I'm gonna just count down right now. CP Brother also asks Jimmy, what's your favorite basketball team? If you go follow my Twitter account, I'll link it right now, actually. Give me 1 second. Sorry, hold on. I don't know how to type this. So if you go follow that account that I just put in the link, that will tell you my favorite basketball team. Also, can we get this to 100 likes, guys? We're at 55. We got over 200 people watching. Hit that thumbs up. Just go ahead and hit it. Hayden says he liked. I appreciate you. My Holy King says hit that like button. I appreciate you. Big Time B-Ball says, Jimmy, have you had COVID? Don't feel like that's an appropriate question right now. Maybe I'll answer it a different time. Brutz Keverich says LeBron has locked Murray down so far this game. Not one shot has gone down. Wow. Nose is itching right when you start talking about Corona. That's scary. Hayden Kim says, what's your favorite Premier League team? Man, I tried to get into the Premier League. I tried to do the whole getting up early on Saturdays and Sundays and trying to do it. Wasn't really consistent, but if I had to pick one, my team was always Arsenal. I really don't know anything about them, but that was always my team, so that's who I'm sticking with is Arsenal. Marquise Robertson says, Jimmy, favorite NFL player in rivalry? Marquise, I already answered you, brother. Pay attention. Marquise says LeBron James. Latchland says, are you up to date with the questions? I think so, but you guys can keep asking me questions, and I'm going to keep answering them live on air. You know, usually we do our live shows on Friday, and producer Sam will pull up the questions for you on the screen, and he'll decide what I get to answer. But now, I don't have any producers. I have no rules, so I get to make the decisions. I get to answer the questions. So whatever questions you guys have, you guys can ask me in the live chat. I'll answer anything you ask. CP Brother says, who do you have winning the finals? Probably the Lakers, in all honesty. I do think the Lakers are going to win this one. Mario says, shout out to Hawaii. Appreciate you. Shout out to Hawaii. Big Play Slay says, what's the point of kicking a ball when you can throw it? Hey, listen. Soccer's a hard sport, all right? It is a hard sport. Big Play says, Carson Wentz was a former MVP candidate. No, he was. He's not that good. Ace says, will the team Ignite will be a monster? I don't know what that means. Frederick says, why do you think Mark Jackson has no NBA coaching job? Pretty simple. The fact that he coached a team with Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and Draymond Green and couldn't win anything with them. And then one guy steps in and starts winning championships with them. It just kind of proves that Mark Jackson's really not that great of an NBA coach. Mario says, you're dope, bro. Appreciate you, Mario. Andrew says, who's your least favorite Laker and why is it KCP? Actually, my least favorite Laker is Rondo, and it always has been. Hayden Kim says, Carson Wentz definitely doesn't look like an MVP candidate now, that's for sure. Yeah. Darnell says, shout out to Belize. Darnell, I would love to come visit you in Belize. I'll tell you what. Arrigo Munger says, will the Bulls sign AD? I do think they are the only team to threaten the Lakers this offseason. But I don't think they'll get him. I do think the Lakers will hold on to Anthony Davis. My Holy King says D'Antoni never won anything, but he just got another job. He hasn't got another job yet. And D'Antoni has proven himself with the offensive firepower that he is able to get out of team. Lachlan says, do you like Shaq? Yes, I love Shaq. Shorty says, championship Lakers dedicated to the Mamba. Nahum says, should we trade Kuzma and Danny Green? Yes. If you can trade Danny Green, trade him. And if it means giving up Kyle Kuzma, I think you do it. So, can we get this video to 100 likes? We're at 61 right now. Can we get it up? CP Brother says, Luka or Dirk? Listen, until Luka wins a championship or two, I'm going with Dirk. And Dirk was here for 21 years. So, Luka has to do two things. One of two things. Either he has to win multiple championships or he's got to stay for 21 plus years and win a championship. And then he'll be on the same level as Dirk for me. Los Low says, where do you rank Kobe all time? Probably top 10. I don't have him top 5. if I had to rank like my top 5 players of all time, and Los says, are you from Dallas? Yes, I am from Dallas. AD slams it home on the fast break. Anthony Davis playing a pretty good game so far in this one. Top 5 players of all time right now. Of all time, I mean, not right now. Oh, God, it's tough. MJ, LeBron, Kareem, Magic, Bird, Wilt. I don't know. It's tough. I don't know where I have Kobe, but I definitely have him in my top 10. Hey, I have some breaking news. Sorry, yes, my mic was muted for just a little bit. I know a lot of you asking about it. But the people in the back, the live studio audience, got me my cookies. They did it because you guys asked them to. So here's the thing. If you guys ask them to do something in the background, they'll go and do it for me. All you have to do is just go out and ask, and then we'll make it happen. So everyone type thank you because I got my cookies. So everyone say thank you in the live chat, and I'll thank everybody in the studio audience for doing it, for getting my cookies for me, because we're working hard here, and that's what I need. I need cookies to keep me fueling. So big shout out to everyone in the background. Los says thanks. CP Brother says thank you. Big Play Slay says thank you. Dylan says thank you. They're waving in the background and saying thank you to everybody in the live chat. All right. Los says, hey, why don't you do play-by-play? Like me talk out play-by-play? I can do that. I can do that for this game if you guys want to for the final 2 minutes, and we can have some fun with that. It's just going to take a lot of me looking at the screen and not looking at the live chat, and I really, really would love to just be able to interact with you guys, so it makes it really, really, really hard to watch the game and focus on that, honestly. But we'll see. CP says, LOL, I heard your voice crack. Look, I'm talking a lot, all right? There's a lot of talking going on, and it just makes it really difficult to focus on the game all the time and not let my voice crack. So don't make fun of me for that. Andrew says, rate the cookie out of 10. Okay, let's do it. That's a good idea. We're going to rate this cookie at 1 or all the way to 10. All right, 1 to 10. How do I rate this cookies? All right. Consistency, I'd give it probably a, like, out of 10. Consistency, I'm going to give it about a 4. It's kind of soft and gooey, and I'd need a more firm cookie. Taste, I'll give it a 9. I think I could use a little bit more chocolate, but there's a lot of really good peanut butter, and I'm a big peanut butter fan. So I'll give it a 9 out of 10. All right. I'm going to keep going back into the live chat. Big Play says, I feel like Jimmy's probably 6'5" at least. Actually closer to about... yeah, sure, 6'5". We'll go 6'5". Latchland says, you're not up to date with the chat. Okay, there's a lot of people that have chatted in, so I will try to answer as many questions as I can now. Ace says, will the Golden State Warriors be planning on being a super team? I mean, they already kind of are a super team when you have Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and even a top 2 pick that allows them to be the super team that they are. Rome says, talk about football. What do you want me to talk about football-wise? You guys ask the questions, and I will answer them. Rome says, football. What about football? Ask the question, I'll answer the question. CP Brother says, if Curry and Klay are there, then yes. Yeah, no, I agree. By the way, Lakers up by 11 with 40 seconds remaining in the second quarter. This game has been really, really solid. It's been fun on both sides. There's been a lot of solid defense and offense. And I really do think this is going to come down to the wire, and it has to for the Nuggets because this is win or go home. Los Los says, how about them Cowboys? Listen, that last game was a ton of fun. It was really fun to see them beat the Atlanta Falcons the way that they did. But it was a bad game. It was a very, very bad game. CP Brother says, I don't like LeBron, but he's better than Giannis. I mean, he's better than Giannis. I don't know. Giannis was the MVP this year, so I wouldn't say that. Dylan says, should Dallas try and make a Porzingis trade? No. No. They should hold on to Porzingis, and they should develop him alongside Luka Doncic. It's so early in that duo's career. So don't give up on him yet. Cedric says, who wins Finals MVP, LeBron or AD? I'm going to go with Anthony Davis. I do think Anthony Davis would win Finals MVP depending on who they play. If they're playing the Celtics, absolutely Anthony Davis. If they're playing the Heat, maybe more LeBron James there. Arrigo says, who will the Bulls get in free agency? I don't know. The Bulls don't have a super exciting team to lure free agents. I mean, they do have a very good young team, but not a team that's like, oh, we want to get free agents. I think they will stay put for now and maybe add a couple, into the bench kind of guys. Los Los says, Porzingis and Luka win a championship within 2 years. Mark my words. I'll say within 4 years. They'll win at least one. I'll say 4 years. I think that's a good answer there. Arrigo says, who will the Bulls draft? I'm going to say either Deni Avdija or Isaac Okoro. I'm interested to see what they do with that draft pick. They have a lot of ways they can go. Rome says, will you talk about Week 4 NFL matchups? Send me the team names, and I will answer the matchups. But, by the way, we are about to go to the halftime, which means I'm going to take another quick break and get another quick drink of water, get some cookies from downstairs, I think, as well. And you guys can chill out, watch the halftime, and we'll be right back. Don't you guys worry. It's going to be a lot of fun. This third quarter, the second half, is going to be pretty crazy, so don't go anywhere because we're going to have it all for you here live on Chat Sports. And we are back. Third quarter's getting going, 63-51. Lakers start off the third quarter strong with a couple quick buckets. Man, you know, I came back and kind of thought we were going to have a little more than 79 likes on the video. I thought you guys might try to help me out a little bit, but I guess you guys don't like me that much. So, yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed, but we're going to go live here anyway. But we have over 290 people watching on this one. So, here's the deal. I'm about to sneeze. Oh, come on. That's the worst. When you feel like you're about to sneeze and then it doesn't happen. Man, I had to sneeze really bad right there and it did not come out. That was super disappointing. But anyway, man, I thought I was going to come back to like at least 100 likes. We're only at 83. Surely we can get that up. Let's get at least 100 by now. Come on. Let's get up to it before the end of the third quarter. We're already at 83. All you got to do is hit that thumbs up as Danny Green knocks down a corner three. Lakers up 66-53 with 10:25 remaining in this quarter. Also, you guys can ask questions in the live chat. I will try to answer just about anything you ask me, whether it's, you know, NBA related or anything else. I will answer any questions you guys might have. CP Brother says, Jimmy, do you think Fred VanVleet will sign with the Knicks since they offered him a deal? Well, they haven't officially offered him a deal because technically you can't be offered anything until free agency starts. But that is my prediction. I do think the New York Knicks are going to be the team that signs Fred VanVleet unless they draft, you know, a guy like LaMelo Ball. I think they're ready to win now and stop losing. And I think Fred VanVleet would be a good answer for that. So we're at 87 likes with 292 people watching. Come on, y'all. Let's get to 100 likes by now. I think we can do it as LeBron knocks down a tough, long mid-range two. 68-53. Lakers are taking a commanding lead. And remember, if the Lakers win tonight, they are headed to the NBA Finals. Gary Harris called for the travel, and Lakers will take over possession now here in the third quarter. Paul says, best NBA duo, past or present? I mean, Scotty and MJ is going to be almost impossible to beat. MJ, or Magic Johnson and Kareem, another one's going to be really tough to beat. I love what Steph and KD did in their limited time together, but I think that was definitely up there. But I'm going to go Pippen and MJ. I do think that is the number one duo of all time. Currently, best duo is probably LeBron and AD, and I don't think there's a lot of argument for anybody else, especially not LeBron or Kawhi and Paul George right now. We're up to 90 likes, by the way. Let's get it up to 100 before we get to the third quarter. Looks like we're going to go to a quick timeout here as the third quarter is underway. 8:57 remaining. This third quarter has already started to fly by, and the Lakers are up by 14, taking a commanding lead coming into the third. So let me get a quick box read for you because I see some people asking for some stats. So let's go ahead and get those stats for you guys. I'll get a quick box score read for you. Paul Millsap has 5 points. Jeremy Grant, 6 points and 4 rebounds. 9 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists for Nikola Jokic. 8 points, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds for Jamal Murray. 3 points for Gary Harris to go along with 2 rebounds. 7 points and 5 rebounds for Mason Plumlee. Probably his best game so far of the series, but he's had to play extended minutes because of being in foul trouble for Nikola Jokic with 3. 7 points for Michael Porter Jr., 0 for Torrey Craig, 6 for Monty Morris, and 5 for P.J. Dozier. For the LeBron James, for Los Angeles Lakers, LeBron James has 20 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. He's having a monster game. Anthony Davis, 11 points, no rebounds. Once again for Anthony Davis, 2 assists, 2 steals. Dwight Howard has 6 points and 6 rebounds. 8 points for Danny Green, probably his best game of the playoffs, best game of the conference finals, I should say, as well. KCP, 0 points in 16 minutes of action. 5 points for Kyle Kuzma, 3 points for Markieff Morris, 6 points and 3 assists for Rajon Rondo, and 0 points for JaVale McGee. Also, 11 points for Alex Caruso. He has been huge in this game. He's 5 of 5 from the field tonight. By the way, 271 people watching, 92 likes. Somebody hit that like button. Hit that thumbs up. Let's do it. Marquise Robertson says, Jimmy, do you see Giannis Antetokounmpo on the Portland Trailblazers? No, I don't. That doesn't make a lot of sense. And if they're going to trade for Giannis, they're going to have to give up either Dame or McCollum to actually get him. So I just think that is impossible. How I Made says, what are you guys doing with your stimulus check this month? I ain't get a stimulus check this month, so that one hurts. Waffle Man says, something tells me the Nuggets are still going to come back. I don't think so. The Lakers are kind of being dominant in this third quarter. I don't think they're going to come back. CP Brother says, Jimmy, Magic Johnson or Larry Bird? Magic, probably. But Bird, man, I mean, what an incredible career he had. But I'd say Magic, even though I didn't get to watch them growing up. Big Play says, I think the Knicks are going to draft karl-anthony. I love that. And I do think if they aren't going to sign a point guard like Fred VanVleet, it's like, why wouldn't you sign karl-anthony? Rome Durham, I appreciate you telling everyone to like the stream, but you can chill out a little bit in the live chat. Hopefully people will like it anyway. We're at 99 likes. We're about to hit 100 here as 281 of you are watching. Rome, seriously, brother, you can chill out in the live chat. You don't have to tell everybody to like it. D-Nell says, I think maybe AD doesn't have rebounds because of his ankle. No, that's not a valid excuse. It's been 3 games now of AD not rebounding the ball well. So I'm not going to excuse him because, he's got a bit of a bum ankle. Blocking foul there on LeBron James, by the way, as Jokic went crashing into him. So a lot of you guys have been asking me about my finals prediction. So I'm going to ask you, what is your finals prediction? Who is going to win it all this year? Let me know in the live chat. Looks like it's probably going to be the Lakers in there in the Western Conference, and not sure who's going to be in there from the Eastern Conference, but you guys can make the call. Who's going to win the NBA Finals this season? Go ahead and shout out in the live chat. I'll give you shout outs as we get going. How I Made said, what past player would you compare Jamal Murray to? Man, I don't know. I don't have a good answer for that because he's incredible, but I'm not sure. Let's see. CP Brother says the Miami Heat. Shinehead45 says the Miami Heat. CP Brother says Miami Heat. Dark Knight is picking the Los Angeles Lakers. Who else? Keep shouting it out. Who's going to win the NBA Finals? Maybe some of you have the Boston Celtics. Maybe some of you guys have the Denver Nuggets coming back and winning it all, but I don't see that happening. Rome says, Jimmy, do you not like me? Rome, I love you, brother. I appreciate you watching. Don't worry. Akozy says Golden State. Yeah, no. They're not even in the running. Dinell says the Lakers with a Z at the end. By the way, 300 people watching the stream. Appreciate you guys. Akozy says Golden State for the win. That's enough. Golden State not in it. AD, by the way, just pulled down his first rebound with 8 minutes remaining in the third quarter, which is honestly unacceptable. If they play a better team like the Heat or the Celtics, AD's got to rebound the ball better than he is so far in this series. Dark Knight. Does Murray compare to Gilbert Arenas? Yeah, that's a good comparison. Murray's a better athlete, I think, than Arenas was. But, yeah, I think there's some similarities there for sure. More of that, two guard, but he plays point guard position. Looks to score more than he does to pass, and that's what Gilbert Arenas did. Big Play says the Los Angeles Lakers. By the way, if you haven't subscribed already to our Lakers channel, and you are a Lakers fan, you're going to want to make sure you do that today. Go hit that subscribe button over on our Lakers channel. I'm putting the subscribe link in the chat, so all you got to do is go and click on that and just hit that subscribe button. We got over 17,000 subscribers over on that Lakers channel, so if you are a Lakers fan or just an NBA fan, you want some more coverage, just go subscribe. Marwa says, link, please. Hey, that link is right in the chat. All you got to do is hit that link. Akozy says, speak Filipino words. I don't know Filipino words. If you type them out, I will say them, but I cannot speak Filipino. Big Play says, where's the link? The link's right there. Just put it in the live chat. Dwight Howard with another bucket. The Lakers now up by 15. Rome says, who do you think is better, Donovan Mitchell or Jamal Murray? I'll take Donovan Mitchell. I love Jamal Murray, and I think he's been incredible in these playoffs, but he has not consistently been this good. So I'm going to take Donovan Mitchell. He has consistently been better in the regular season. Quay91 White says, should the Pelicans get Ja Morant and Taco Fall and Bol and still have Zion or Giannis? I think Zion. What? They're not going to get... No. Palm says, Denver not doing us like the Clippers. Mitchell is better, but Jamal is pretty good. Yes, I agree. Mitchell is definitely better, but Jamal Murray is incredible as well. Marwa says, can you please send the link? I'm putting the link in the chat right now. It is right there, so go hit that link. Shinehead says, who's the best homecoming story? Melo to Denver, Marc Gasol to Memphis, Crowther to Dallas, Korver to the Sixers, Isaiah Thomas to Boston, Rondo to Boston, or Whiteside to Miami. Probably Melo to Denver, but I don't think that's going to happen. Marc Gasol probably not going to go back to Memphis because he wants to win now. Crowther to Dallas is actually possible, but I don't think that's like a great homecoming story. Korver to the 76ers, that is possible as well if he doesn't retire. Isaiah Thomas to the Boston Celtics, probably not going to happen. Isaiah Thomas is not good anymore. It's so annoying seeing him on Twitter just like always begging for a chance to play because it just proves that he's not there. Rondo to Boston, that's not going to happen. They kind of burned that bridge. And Whiteside to Miami, that's definitely not going to happen either. So, the only two I think that would work there are Korver to the Sixers or Crowther to the Mavs. Rome says Jokic or AD. I'll take AD because he can play defense as well. But Jokic is, I think, the best center in the NBA. How I Made says Jamal or peak Darren Williams. Definitely Darren Williams. Definitely Darren Williams. Big play. Prime Darren Williams was one of the best point guards I've ever watched play. He was just as good as Chris Paul at the time, and then Darren Williams got the injury bug, which sucked because if D. Will was healthy his entire career, I think we'd be talking about him in the same breath as Chris Paul right now. CP says, do you know Delonte West? I don't know him, but man, I'm praying for him because it's a sad sight for him right now. Palm says, who's better at shooting, Luka or Clay? Definitely Clay. Luka's great. He's a better player for sure, but Luka is not as good of a shooter as Klay Thompson. Palm says, Hayden, says Shai Gilgeous-Alexander or Ja Morant? Man, that's a good question. I'll take SGA over Ja. I think SGA is the second best young point guard behind Luka Doncic in the NBA. Big Play says prime Carson Wentz. I don't want to talk about Carson Wentz. Rome says MJ or LeBron. I was always a LeBron guy growing up, but I'm now a Michael Jordan guy. Filipino phrase, Mayong Gabil, everyone. That means good evening. There you go. How I Made says Clay is one of the most unathletic great defenders ever. Shinehead says SGA versus Ja, blasphemy. I'm taking SGA. I think he's better than Ja Morant right now, but I do think Ja Morant could be better by the end of it all. Poem says Zion's good for a 6'6" center. He's like MJ as a center. Okay, let's take it easy there. He's not MJ. Rome says Tyler Hero or Goran Dragic. I like these matchup questions, by the way. Keep sending them in. Tyler Hero or Goran Dragic. I mean, going forward, I'd rather have Tyler Hero. The better, more consistent player right now is Goran Dragic, but Tyler Hero is going to be better eventually. Who do the Warriors draft this offseason? I think they're probably going to trade that draft pick, but if they keep it, I think they should either just go with the second best player in the draft, and that is LaMelo Ball, or if they want to go with the big man, you go with Onyeka Okongwu out of USC. How I Made says, do you think Lonzo has kid skills? Yeah, if Jason Kidd was like a dollar store version of Jason Kidd. Lonzo Ball is not Jason Kidd, but he plays like him. Palm says, who do you got for the championship? I think the Lakers are going to win it all, but I think it's going to be the Lakers and the Heat, and hopefully it goes 6 to 7 games. Jonathan, what's good? Appreciate you watching. Other Jonathan says, do you think the Mavs will target Marcus Morris this offseason? No. I think they'll target Montrezl Harrell, but Marcus Morris is a punk, and I do not want him on the Dallas Mavericks. There's absolutely no reason for him to be on the Mavs. By the way, Stars Tampa Bay now tied at 2 goals apiece. That hockey game is a lot of fun. Rome says, Fred VanVleet or Kyle Lowry? Probably Kyle Lowry right now, but Fred VanVleet going forward. Big Play says, Wiseman's better to Onyeka Okongwu. No, he's not. In Big Play, we can argue about this all you want. Wiseman played in 2 games. The only thing you have seen him do is dominate in AAU and non-conference basketball. Onyeka Okongwu does what Bam Adebayo does to real college teams and real talent. Okongwu is better. He's a better playmaker. He'll probably be a better shooter. He is better. I would draft him over Wiseman 100 times out of Wiseman. And 100 times out of 100. And I like Wiseman. I do think Wiseman's good if you're looking for a more traditional center. But he's not the kind of guy you want to build around right now. I would take him top 5, top 7 easily. I would not take him top 3. Palm says, Kobe or Steph Curry? Kobe. Now, Steph has some time still, but definitely Steph Curry. I mean, it's definitely Kobe Bryant, sorry. Rome says Caruso or Rondo. Personally, I will take Alex Caruso, but all time, Rajon Rondo is obviously the better point guard. But yeah, I'll go with Alex Caruso in that one. Jonathan says, do you think Montrezl Harrell might leave? I do. I do think there's a very real possibility he leaves this summer. He's going to get paid a lot of money, and I don't know if LA is going to be able to pay him. CP Brother says, do you think the Mavs will ever win a championship with Luka? Yeah, I think they'll win one in the next 4 to 5 years. I really do. I think he and KP are going to figure it out, and they're going to put some dogs around them, and they're going to be very, very good and win a championship soon. Hayden Kim says, Chris Paul trade? Man, I don't know. The only team that's really positioned to trade for him is like the Knicks, but I don't know. I don't know who's going to trade for him. How I Made says, Monte Ellis or Jamal Murray? I'll take Jamal Murray. He can do more than Monte, but man, I love Monte Ellis. William Miner says, Ricky Martin or Selena? Selena. Khalid Gonzalez says, the Lakers. Quay White says, the Pelicans? No. Palm says, how do you feel about the Rockets? Not a Rockets fan at all. Wouldn't be surprised, or actually I'd be happy. By the way, as LeBron has 20, 11, and 8. Triple-double watch coming for him. Rome says, Crowther or Duncan Robinson? Depends on what you want. Do you want a shooter? Pure shooter, go Duncan Robinson. If you want a good defender that can also shoot a little bit, you take Jay Crowder. Jonathan says, do you ever think the Mavs will consider packaging Porzingis in a trade for Giannis? I think they'll consider it, but I just don't think it'll happen. Dean L says, any news on KD's rehab? How do you think he will perform after that injury? Kobe came back strong. I saw him on the beach. He was on the beach, saw that video, and he looked good. But no word on really how it's going. I expect him to come back probably 75% of what he was, and that's still probably a top 10 player in the NBA. How I Made says, Prime ISO Joe or Carmelo? Prime Carmelo is one of the best scorers I've ever seen, so I'm going to go Carmelo Anthony. Not sure. Kurt says, if he leaves his current team, what team would Giannis go to? I really do think the Mavs will have a good shot at him. I think the Heat will have a good shot at him. I think the Raptors will have a good shot at him. Probably one of those 3 teams. Palm says, Jamal Murray or LeBron? I'll go LeBron on that one. Shinehead says, do you think Washington trades Bradley Beal if they can get rid of John Wall? The money on those 2 are insane, but it gets them rebuild quickly. Who trades for what? Trades for that. I don't know who would trade for John Wall, but I do know that Bradley Beal will get you a boatload of picks and young players. How I Made says, Bradley Beal or Jamal Murray? I'm going to go Bradley Beal. He is a 30-point-per-game scorer. He is incredible. How I Made says, Beal or McCollum? I'll go Beal there as well. But CJ McCollum is a better playmaker than Bradley Beal. Shamel says, do you think the Heat will win tomorrow? I do. I do think the Heat will win tomorrow. I think they're going to close it out, and I think it's going to be a fun playoff series between the Heat and the Lakers. Jonathan says, are you watching the Stars game? I'm not, but I know it's tied up right now, and I might switch it over in the middle of the 4th quarter. So, oh, it's going to overtime? All right, guys, we're going to put on a little hockey as we go to the basketball game. So every commercial, I'm going to go back to hockey. Just letting you know. So let's change it over. Trying to find the game. All right, let's see. Hayden Kim says, do you like jazz? Like music? I don't really know that much jazz, but probably. Rome says Lillard or McCollum. Definitely Damian Lillard. Palm says, would you rather have Curry shooting or Kyrie handles or AD defense? Curry shooting. I mean, Curry's probably the best shooter of all time. Kyrie has great handles, but are you going to say he's the best handles of all time? And AD is not the best defender of all time. How I Made says, winner of the finals will look so boring and bad without fans. No, I wouldn't say that. I think it's going to be just as exciting. I wouldn't stress too much about that. Jonathan says, in all honesty, how you doing, brother? I'm good. I'm really, really good. It's been a pretty laid-back weekend. Now I'm just doing this and getting to chat with you guys. I'm doing really well. Thanks for asking. I appreciate that. Hayden says, chicken or beef? Chicken. 100% chicken. I like beef, though. I had a good steak tonight for dinner. That was pretty good. Shout out to 60 Vines. That's where I went for dinner tonight. Shamel, who is the best player in the NBA? Probably LeBron right now. But Giannis is up there. Kawhi's up there as well. Curry or Jason Kidd? Curry. Celtics or Heat game 6? I'm taking the Heat. I think the Heat will win it. How I Made says, do you watch The Professor? I don't know what that is. Hayden Kim says, what came first, chicken or the egg? Chicken. Do you think Fox is the fastest NBA player? Maybe Kobe White. Jabbar or Olajuwon? Jabbar. Should Golden State Warriors get Rudy or Giannis? I don't think they're going to. Any chance of a Nuggets comeback? No. I mean, this game's, honestly, I'm going to be honest, I think it's already over. But we're going to keep going live for you until it's over. Shinehead says, do you think they will push through with the Dirk jersey retirement ceremony next year? Yeah, I think they will. Albert says, go Lakers. Derek Harper says, I'm the fastest player. Drake Harper, not Derek Harper. Convert John Ross to the NBA and he'll be the fastest NBA player. I actually literally don't even know who John Ross is. Should I know John Ross? I don't know who that is. So, we got an 11-point game, 4:29 remaining. Let me know where you guys are watching tonight from. Go ahead and shout it out. Where are you watching tonight's game from? I'll give you some shout-outs in the live chat. Where are you watching from? What country? What city? What state? You guys let me know. I will shout it out. Jonathan says, did you watch the Texas Tech game? Yes, but I was more interested in the Oklahoma State game today. Go Pokes, baby. Big-time Oklahoma State fan. CP Brother says the U.S. Who else? Let's go. Let's get some shout-outs. Drake says Baker City, Oregon. Shinehead says the Philippines. Banjo says the Philippines. JJ says the Philippines. Big Play Slay. Shorty says State, Utah. Dylan Rodriguez says they're from Corpus Christi, but they live in Utah. James Carino says the Philippines. Drake Harper says Barker City, Oregon. Big Play Slay says Syracuse. So keep getting those shout-outs. Terry Malloy says Denver, baby. Danelle says Albuquerque, New Mexico. Rome says Michigan. Young Rick says Jamaica. Jonathan says Long Beach, California. Jonathan again from Dallas. CP Brother from Dallas. Palms is watching from the U.S. Palms also says Virginia. Forrest says Toronto. Hayden Kim says Oklahoma. Hayden, where in Oklahoma are you from? I'm always up in Oklahoma. Let me know where you're from. Quay asking questions. Hot Boy 504 says the 504. I don't know what area code that is. Andrew says Cancun with Damian Lillard and Pat Bev. JD Hamilton says the Dallas, Texas. Calvin says the Bahamas. I see Ariel Gang from the Philippines. Mark says the Philippines. Luis says Bogota, Colombia. Clearwater, Florida from Packless Jones. Renji says Indonesia. Shamel says Miami. Paul Pearson says Greene County, Tennessee. Drake Harper says just moved to Baker City. Don't know where Baker City is. Oh, Oregon. Jonathan says let's go hit the lake. All right, Jonathan, let's do it. And Hayden Kim says, UConn. Hayden, how old are you, brother? Are you in high school? Are you in college? How old are you? Conde says, shout out Marie from the Philippines. And looks like that's all the shout outs we're going to get going. I'm going to get the live play-by-play. Oh, Hayden's 11, by the way. So not old enough to hang out in UConn with Hayden. So I'm checking the numbers on the YouTube channel right now, and we currently have 191,949 subscribers. So what I'm going to do is I'm putting the subscribe link in the comment section. After you've subscribed, and I hope all you are listening right now, after you have subscribed, type S in the live chat, and I'll give you a shout out. We're at 191,949 subscribers. Let's get to 192,000 by the end of the night, because why not? I think it would be a really easy thing to do. All you got to do is subscribe. Quay, Hayden, Palms, Big Play Slay, Hayden Kim, Shamel, Palms, Gibo, Andrew, they've all subscribed. Drake Harper has subscribed. We have 300 people watching. I know not all 300 of you have subscribed, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Look at that. We're already at 191,954. I'm going to keep on putting this in here until you all have subscribed. So I see Dylan says they subscribed. Drake has an S for subscribed. Hayden Kim says S for subscribed in among the U.S. By the way, Nuggets trying to make a little bit of a comeback here. 7-point game with 2 minutes remaining. Rome says you should create a Zoom and put it in the chat. I do have a Zoom account, but why would I put my Zoom in the chat? Not going to do that. You guys can talk to me right here. Connor says they subscribed. Shamel is subscribed. Oh, Among Us. I have not played Among Us, but I have seen a ton of it. Also, yes, make sure you subscribe to All Things Mavs if you haven't already. I appreciate that. You can subscribe to All Things Mavs right there. There's the link. So we're at 191,951. We lost subscribers. What are you guys doing? Shinehead says your podcasts are legit, bro. I appreciate it. Hayden says you guys should make a channel about NFL injuries. Man, we really could right now, but we're doing all the NFL stuff right here, so there's really no reason to make a whole nother channel at this point. Someone just asked Ja or RJ. Ja Morant by a mile. Ja Morant is 100 times better than RJ Barrett. So, guys, go subscribe today. Make sure you have. And if you haven't already, go ahead and like this video as well. Dylan says, are you going to get the PS5? I'm more of an Xbox guy. If I'm going to get a new console, it's going to be the Xbox One. But also, like, I'm working full-time, and I don't really have time to just play Xbox all the time. There's really just no reason for me to buy that. So I might eventually, but not right now. Adam Wick says, Ayo, what's up, Jimmy? Appreciate you watching, Adam. OP52 says, what's the best online betting to go to? BetUS. Go check it out. Blake says, play the game, bro. We're playing the game for you right there. 76-82. You guys can see all the live stuff. As Jeremy Grant goes to the free throw line, has a chance to make this just a 5-point game. Quay says, Ja or Steph or Seth or Tyler? Steph over all of them. Conde Naomi says, what country are you? US of A, baby. Shinehead says, you should do a Locked On Mavs Step Back podcast and All Things Mavs past. So, Shinehead, I've actually been on the Locked On Mavs podcast before a few times with my boy Nick. He and I are good friends, and I love doing that podcast. I was going to go on the Step Back a couple times, but it just never worked out. Maybe eventually. I can honestly do that whenever. But I love the Locked On Mavericks podcast. I still listen to them all the time. Big fan of Isaac and Nick. So, Kanan says, do you do a podcast for football too? I don't. I don't know enough about football to do a whole podcast, but I can talk about it. Khan says, how old are you? I'm 22. About to be 23 pretty soon here, by the way. Hayden says, you're very popular. Thank you, Hayden. Trying to be popular. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter, how about this? I'm going to put my Twitter in the chat. And if you guys go follow me on Twitter or Instagram, I'll put both of them in there. You guys can follow me on Twitter or Instagram. I'll give the people that go follow me on social media right now a shout out. So you can follow me on Instagram or Twitter. I put them both in the chat right now. So there's my Twitter, or my Instagram, excuse me. And there is my Twitter. Khan says, what's your name? Jimmy, by the way. And it is now a 2-point ball game. 84-82. The Lakers have let them come all the way back. What a game this has been so far. We're going into the third quarter. There's about 11 seconds remaining. And you guys are watching it all with us live on Chat Sports. So go follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. I would appreciate that. You guys can give me some Instagram clout. Maybe I'll start posting more on there. I haven't posted on Instagram in a little while, but we'll see. Andrew says, Jimmy, what's your OnlyFans? No, don't do that. Don't do that. Hayden says, wait, what happened to the hockey thing? Oh, yeah, we got to go back to hockey. But the Nuggets have a chance to tie it up here as Jamal Murray's at the free throw line. He knocks down the first one, 83-84. CP brother says, I got to go. Love you, bud. Love you too, CP. Why are you leaving? It's 9 o'clock, 9:50. Hayden says, I heard Dallas is in the thing. They are, and they're in overtime right now against the Tampa Bay Lightning, just by the way. Shamel says, Tyler Hero has the most confidence. Yes, that is true. He's very confident. Good for him. And Jamal Murray ties it up, but AD makes a three at the buzzer to go up by 3, 87-84. The Nuggets are back in this game, and we're going into the fourth quarter. I'm going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. All right, we're back. Game is live, and the Lakers are up by 6 after a Kyle Kuzma three-point jumper goes in. But then Monty Morris knocks down a two-point jump shot off a Jamal Murray assist, and we're back to a 4-point game. Listen, it's going to be a fun fourth quarter, and I want to know who you guys are rooting for in the live chat. Let me know, and who you guys think is going to win. You guys can pick the team that wins this game. Let's get as many shout-outs as we can in the live chat. L for Lakers, in for Nuggets. Let me know in the live chat. You guys shout it out. I will give you shout-outs as we get going, as Michael Porter Jr. is about to get to the free throw line. So, L for Lakers, in for Nuggets. Shout it out, and I'll give you shout-outs as we get going. O'Donnell says The Lake Show. Who else? You guys give me your shout-outs. Quay says Lakers. FR says Nuggets. Quay says Lakers. Drake says Lakers, and hopefully the Lakers. So, come on, keep them coming. L for Lakers, in for Nuggets. Hayden says, I'm an OKC fan. I think the Cowboys will beat the Nuggets. What? FR says Lakers. Dark Knight says Lakers. Samantha says Lakers. Jasper, Ruben, Potato, Terry says Nuggets. Christian says Lakers. Drake, Lavelle, Christian all say Lakers as well. Big Play says, let's go Lakers. Adonai says Lakers and Raiders. Hayden Kim says Lakers. Mr. Buggo says the Nuggets. So Caruso traveled 90-86, 10:38 remaining in this game. So should I do some play-by-play? Should I narrate the rest of the fourth quarter? Say yes or no. Should I do play-by-play, or should I answer questions? You guys decide. Because I want to be able to answer your questions, but I also want to kind of give you a narration of what's going down. But you guys can see the play-by-play. So should I just keep answering questions, or should I do play-by-play? You guys tell me what to do. So type P for play-by-play, type Q for questions, and then we'll decide. How about that? Dylan says answer questions. Hayden says answer questions. Nick says play-by-play. How I Made says play-by-play. Buggo says play-by-play. Rodrigo says play-by-play. How I Made says take your top off. All right, fine. Here we go. No, just kidding. Not going to do that. Christian says play-by-play. All right, fine. I'll do play-by-play for a minute, and then I'll answer questions. How about that? Let me eat this cookie real fast. All right, play-by-play Jimmy's about to get turned. Play-by-play Jimmy's about to come on. Here we go. Murray gets to the left elbow and misses it off the front rim. Rebound goes to LeBron James, and he is pushing up the left side of the floor. Finds Dwight Howard, who gets fouled, and he will go to the free throw line. They were pushing in transition, and the Nuggets just could not stop them as they were pushing fast, and they were pushing hard in that one. 88-92. Dwight Howard, a on-the-floor foul. So this one will not go to the free throw line. And it looks like LeBron James crosses over Jamal Murray, takes a Dwight Howard screen, baits Murray almost into a foul, gets the and one, a little floater in the lane by LeBron James, and he will go to the free throw line for an attempt to go up by 6 points here with 9:33 remaining in the fourth quarter. Beautiful play by LeBron there as he just patiently got Jamal Murray on his hip and baited him into a foul. Very Luka Doncic-like on that one. And let's see, how many fouls is that on Jamal Murray? He now has... I'm not sure how many fouls because ESPN isn't up to date with the fouls, so that is not accurate. But LeBron shot, free throw, goes off the front rim and then in, so they're up 95-88 with 9:18 remaining in the quarter. Nikola Jokic throws it in. Jamal Murray, who has Alex Caruso picking him up full court. Jamal Murray takes his sweet time coming up the left side of the floor. Finds Jokic at the top of the key. Back to Jamal Murray, who drives right. Floater over Dwight Howard is good. 90-95. Nuggets still have a 5-point lead with 9:15 remaining in the fourth quarter. LeBron bringing the ball up the right side of the floor for the Los Angeles Lakers. Crosses to his left with Jeremy Grant on him. Anthony Davis comes screen, switch from Michael Porter Jr. now on LeBron James. He stutter steps, goes right into a pickle. Tough fadeaway, blocked by Michael Porter Jr. LeBron gets his own rebound, and they call a foul on the floor on MPJ. Lakers are going to keep the ball here. Good play there by Michael Porter Jr. until he fouled. I thought it was a travel by LeBron, but they didn't call it that. I don't know what just happened. Oh, they called a double dribble, and the Lakers will retain possession here. Jokic bringing the ball up, finds Monty Morris at the logo with Danny Green on him. Danny Green switches off. Jokic, top of the key, wide open, pump fakes, floats, blocked by Danny Green. Jamal Murray with the offensive rebound, finds Monty Morris in the corner. He pulls, he shoots, he misses, rattles in and out. Anthony Davis pulls down a rebound for the Lakers. LeBron James will bring the ball up the left side of the floor with Jeremy Grant switched onto him. Danny Green throws it into Anthony Davis, who has Paul Millsap defending him. Paul Millsap has defended him excellently all throughout this series. He gets him off of him, misses. Dwight Howard offensive tip is no good. Ball goes to the Denver Nuggets. So, let me ask you this. I'm doing my best to do the play-by-play here, and you guys just got a little sample of it. So, was my play-by-play good or was it bad? Type G for good, type B for bad. I want your votes, because if I get a lot of bad votes, I'll stop doing the play-by-play. If you guys actually liked what I was doing, if you thought it was good, just type G, make it real simple. And if it was bad, I'll stop. I will absolutely stop. Adani says good. Ray's Car says good. Hayden says bad. Ouch, Hayden. Nikki says good. Dark Knight says great. Drake says subscribe. Hayden says bad. Dang, Hayden, why are you hating on me? Drake says not bad. Nikki says good. Do you guys want me to keep doing it? Because I will. I'll keep going for a little bit here. I'm going to get probably pretty tired doing a play-by-play all by myself, but I'm going to keep working on it. We're going to keep trying it. Big play, why are you being mean, man? I know you don't mean it. Mr. Buggo, I am about to block you if you keep asking for money. If you guys want to send me money, by the way, you can super chat me. Shinehead says good, but that's a quick way to lose your voice. Yeah, you're right. Jeremy Grant goes to the free throw line, by the way. He knocks down the first one, so cut down to a 4-point game. The Lakers will call a full timeout, so this is going to give me a chance to rest my voice. So while I rest my voice, I want you guys to vote. Who's your favorite team? We did favorite player. I want to do favorite team. So everyone type your favorite team in the chat, and we'll give shout-outs once we're back from this timeout. All right, back to the action here. I saw some of you guys shouting out your favorite NBA teams. I see Mark Joseph says the Nuggets. Joey says the Bulls. Hayden says the OKC Thunder. That's T says the Kings. MKN says the Lakers. David says the Lakers as well. If you haven't subscribed to our Lakers channel yet, I don't know what you're doing, but make sure you go subscribe there to youtube.com/LakersTV. Go subscribe today. You will not regret it. Chatsports.com or youtube.com/LakersTV. I'm going to put it in the chat for you guys so you guys can subscribe. If you haven't already, make sure you do that today. So go hit that subscribe button. I want to see how many subscribers we have over on that channel. We're looking at 17.3 thousand subscribers to that channel. Go ahead and subscribe today. I'm going to read out the box scores because I see quite a few of you guys asking for it, and I don't want you guys to miss anything on the points or anything like that. But Lakers currently up 96-92 here as Anthony Davis knocks down his first free throw. Jeremy Grant, 20 points and 7 rebounds, leading the way for the Nuggets. 15 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals in very limited action for Nikola Jokic due to foul trouble. 15 points, 8 assists, and 4 rebounds for Jamal Murray. 3 points for Gary Harris, 2 points from Paul Millsap, 10 points for Michael Porter Jr., 7 for Mason Plumlee, 8 for Monty Morris, and 5 for P.J. Dozier. For the Los Angeles Lakers, Anthony Davis has 22 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals. LeBron James almost has a triple-double with 27 points, 13 rebounds, and 13 rebounds and 9 assists. 8 points and 9 rebounds for Dwight Howard. 8 points and 2 assists for Danny Green. He also has 2 blocked shots, by the way. 2 points for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope's useless butt. 3 points for Markieff Morris. 8 points for Kyle Kuzma. 0 for JaVale McGee in 2 minutes of action. 8 points and 4 assists and 3 rebounds for playoff Rondo. And 11 points for Alex Caruso, who has the best plus-minus in the game with a plus 11 in the box score. Jared Dudley, Quinn Cook, J.R. Smith have not played. And for the Nuggets, Keita Bates, Diop, Bol, and Troy Daniels have not played. By the way, really weird to me that Troy Daniels doesn't play more for this Nuggets team because they need shooters, and that's what Troy Daniels does. Now, he's not that good, but that's it. Mr. Buggo, by the way, I'm blocking you because the whole asking for money thing, I'm not putting up with it, so you can stop. Hayden says, what would you do if a bear is chasing you? I would simply turn around and kill the bear with my hands. Dylan says, better duo, Skip and Shannon or Max and Stephen A. I'll go Max and Stephen A. Dark Knight says, who will be the best NBA career from the 2020 NBA draft? I think it's probably going to be Anthony Edwards. But it also, he has a lot of bust potential, so I think it really could be Deni Avdija or maybe LaMelo Ball as well. All very solid answers, but it's just so hard to say best career, Nikki says, who are you going for? Well, I guess I'll go on the side of the Lakers, who are winning now by 10, as Anthony Davis just knocks down a 3-point jumper. It is a 10-point game, and it's about over now. So I do want to ask this one more time before the end of the game. I mean, there's about 6 minutes left, so I guess I could ask again. But where are you guys watching from? Because I've seen a lot of people from a lot of places, but there's been a few countries that haven't gotten mentioned tonight. So where are you watching this game from? Put it in the live chat. I'll give you some shout-outs as you guys give me all your answers. I'm obviously broadcasting live here from Plano, Texas, but you guys let me know. Adane says Anchorage, Alaska? Really? Rajesh says Guyana. I think we had somebody from Guyana watching the last game as well. Lavelle says Toledo. I'm guessing Ohio. Nikki says Orlando, Florida. Rodrigo says I'm from Brazil. Janice says the US of A. It's Asic says Colorado. Demarius says Georgia. Seamus says Boston. P says Epstein Island. Yikes. 504 says NOLA. Elkino says the Bahamas. Mabel says Manila, the Philippines. Terry says Mile High City. I see Rage City. I see Bernice from the Philippines. Denarius says from Gerg. Ginzy says Ottawa, Canada. Colin Webster says Indiana. Cheap says Van Nuys, California. Quay says Florida. Red Caleb says I'm from Holosulu. I don't know where that is. German says Mexico, ironically. Andrews from Jamaica. Temper says India. Colin asks, who's winning the East? And you know what? Since you asked, I'll ask as well. Which team makes it out of the finals in the East? I think it's going to be the Heat, but you guys can answer that as well. As the Nuggets dribble it out of bounds. 6 minutes remaining. Ball stays with the Los Angeles Lakers now. Red Caleb wants a shout-out. Shout-out to Red Caleb. Let's get that play-by-play back up for you guys. So LeBron kicks it to KCP, kicks it back out the top of the key. 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock. He drives right, backs into Jamal Murray, who holds his own at the free throw line. But LeBron, free throw line jumper is no good. Caruso off the ball foul. Loose ball foul, I guess I should say. Ball goes back to the Denver Nuggets. I see people saying, where can I watch the game? I just put the live chat, the link in the live chat, so you guys can click on that and go watch the game. If you don't want to watch it with me, go click there. Jokic takes a shot, no good, but Paul Millsap gets fouled. Chief Eagle says you should show the last minute of the game. I can't, but on that link that I just put in there, you can go check it out. Foul goes on KCP, who's been terrible tonight, so it doesn't really matter. Paul Millsap goes to the free throw line with a chance to cut this down to single digits for the Denver Nuggets. So, Lakers miss. Nuggets get the ball. So, Lakers are kind of taking some interesting shots, but they're letting the Nuggets kind of stay around in here as Paul Millsap pulls down an incredible offensive rebound and then gets absolutely hacked on that play. So, the ball stay with the Nuggets, and the Lakers fouling does not bode well for the Lakers because it stops the clock and allows the Nuggets to go to the free throw line. Quay says, open the comments, please, or no. I don't know what that means. Comments are wide open. Paul Millsap to the free throw line now again. Knocks down the first one. And then we'll go to the free throw line. Can make this a 6-point game if he makes this free throw. And he does. So 6-point game with 5 minutes remaining. Ball goes back to the Los Angeles Lakers. LeBron drives right, in the air, finds Dwight Howard in the middle, who goes up strong and gets fouled by Nikola Jokic. So he'll go to the free throw line with 4:50 remaining in the game. He can make this an 8-point game if he knocks down both of these, but probably not going to make both because we all know Dwight Howard, not a great free throw shooter. He is 2 of 4 from the free throw line tonight. And he makes the first one. So now he is 3 of 4. Excuse me, that was 3 of 5 now. LeBron, by the way, 29 points, 15 rebounds, and 9 assists, 1 assist away from a triple-double. And yes, he is playing very, very well. He's taking some dumb shots that I haven't understood. These long mid-range jump shots, not really worth it, but still a good game for him. Dwight misses the second one. Rebound goes to Jeremy Grant. So it is a 7-point game, and Caruso nearly gets the steal, but out of bounds on Caruso. The ball will stay with the Denver Nuggets. 4:46 remaining, 7 points is the deficit here for the Denver Nuggets. The Nuggets will bring the ball up. Morris kicks it to Nikola Jokic. Finds Jeremy Grant top of the key. Back to Monty Morris. Back to Nikola Jokic, who drives baseline on Dwight Howard and finishes a tough reverse. And 1 foul. It's 98-103. Nikola Jokic goes to the free throw line. Didn't look like a foul to me, in all honesty, but Nikola Jokic still finished the tough shot regardless. Free throw is good. It is down to a 4-point game with 4:34 remaining, and things are about to get interesting at the end of this one. LeBron finds Danny Green wide open at the top of the key. He knocks it down. Lakers back up by 7, and man, the Nuggets are doing everything they can to stay in this game, but the Lakers answer back with a three-pointer of their own every single time. Jokic has the ball at the top of the key. He drives right on Dwight Howard, finds Monty Morris, who drives right with Danny Green on him. Tough pass out to Jeremy Grant from 3. LeBron doesn't close out. No good anyway. AD pulls down a rebound. LeBron calls for the ball. 3:54 remaining. He gets it across half court and is going to slow it down and get to the end of the shot clock before he takes this shot. Dwight sets a pick on Jeremy Grant at the top of the key. Grant fights under LeBron. Mid-range 2 is good. 108-99. Back to a 9-point game. The Nuggets call a timeout. And I think that's just about to do it, but I'm not going to jinx myself yet. I'm going to take a quick break before the final 3-minute stretch of this game. All right, coming out of timeout, it is Lakers ball here with 3:40 remaining. It is a 9-point lead. By the way, LeBron got his triple-double. He is now second in NBA history with 27 triple-doubles, right behind Magic Johnson with 30. So we get back to the game here. Nikola Jokic, tough mid-range over Dwight Howard is good. It's a 7-point game with 3:20 remaining. LeBron James brings it up. They're going to slow things down quite a bit here, I'm sure, to just make sure that clock runs out and they manage the clock well. And if they can hold on, remember, the Lakers are in the NBA Finals. LeBron, tough turnaround shot, goes down over Jamal Murray. 110-101 with 2:45 remaining in this game. Jokic with LeBron all over him. Drives right, spins left, finds Millsap in the corner. His shot is no good. Rebound corralled by Alex Caruso. 2:45 remaining. LeBron James will bring the ball up here. LeBron with Danny Green on him per usual. Jeremy Grant on him per usual. Tough two is good again. LeBron cannot miss right now. He is locked in. He is going to send the Denver Nuggets home one way or another. It is up to an 11-point game, and the best player in the NBA does it again. He has his team on a 9-2 run. Jamal Murray, though, comes in, takes a tough two as well, knocks that down. 9-point game, 2:13 remaining. LeBron at the bottom of the half-court logo, holding it on the left side. Has Jeremy Grant on him. Has Jokic on him now. Long three is good again. LeBron James cannot miss. He is locked in, and he is ready to send the Denver Nuggets home. The Nuggets call another timeout as LeBron puts his team up by 12. And this game is all but over, ladies and gentlemen. LeBron James is having an outstanding night. 38 points, 15 rebounds, and 10 assists. I don't care who you are. That is the best player in the NBA right now, and he is continuing to prove it as we go on throughout this game. 115-103 with 157 remaining. This game is just about over. LeBron James is on a tear right now. This dude is doing everything he can to will his team back to the NBA Finals. It is a 12-point game, all because of this run that LeBron James has gone on. And now the Lakers defense forces a Jeremy Grant miss, and a rebound by Anthony Davis secures it. 1:42 remaining. Things are slowing down here for Denver. They can't seem to get anything going, and LeBron James seems to have everything going. 38 points, 15 rebounds, 10 assists in the game. LeBron is absolutely dominant right here, right now for the Los Angeles Lakers. So Monty Morris gets all the way to the other end, makes it a 10-point game with 1:15 remaining. Turnover by the Lakers with 1 minute remaining. Murray gets to the rim, finishes. Could have been a foul too, but they don't call the foul. Back down to an 8-point game with exactly 1 minute remaining now. Now, I mean, the story of the game has obviously been LeBron. He's been doing it all for the Lakers, but also important to note, Nikola Jokic has not played a lot in this game because he got into foul trouble, but he does have 20 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists in this one. He also has 3 steals. Jamal Murray, who's been incredible all series long, has been slowed down just a little bit because they put LeBron on him for the majority of this game, but he does still have 19 points and 8 assists. Jeremy Grant leading the way, by the way, for the Nuggets with 20 points in this game. Grant also 9 rebounds. Now, for the Lakers, it has been all LeBron James all game long. 38 points, 15 rebounds, and 10 assists, which gives him 27 career playoff triple-doubles, which is close to a record. Alex Caruso also a great spark off the bench tonight with 11 points. Back up to a 10-point game as Anthony Davis knocks down both of his free throws, 117 to 107. 45 seconds remaining in this game, and it looks like it is over for the Denver Nuggets. They are going to pack it up and go home, which, you know, as Jamal Murray tries to get a little bit too cute there with the dribbling and just turns the ball right back over to the Los Angeles Lakers, and they will look to dribble out the clock. AD dribbling it in at half court. He's got Jamal Murray kind of hanging on him, but it doesn't look like they're going to foul. They're going to let this one dribble out. He passes it to LeBron James at the bottom of the logo. No foul called. No foul being played here by the Lakers. Alex Caruso will take the shot clock violation, and the Lakers will win this one 117 to 107. The Los Angeles Lakers are back in the NBA Finals. What an incredible game it was tonight for LeBron James, who finishes with 38 points, 16 rebounds, and 10 assists. Alex Caruso finishes with 11 points. Anthony Davis finishes with 27 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. Meanwhile, on the Nuggets side of things, Nikola Jokic, 20 points. Jeremy Grant has 20 points as well. And Jamal Murray finishes with 19 points. What an amazing game from LeBron James, and he gets his team all the way to the NBA Finals. The conference finals are over. The Lakers are going to the championship to play either the Miami Heat or the Boston Celtics. They are going to go all the way and look to win it in 7 games next round in the NBA Finals. It has been a ton of fun being live with you here on this game, and you know what we're going to be doing. We will be live for the entire NBA Finals as well. So if you're a fan of basketball, if you like hanging out with me and talking basketball, we're going to do it for the finals as well every single night. It's going to be a ton of fun. You're not going to want to miss it. Make sure you subscribe to Chat Sports. Make sure you like all of our videos. And hey, give me your predictions. Are the Lakers going to win the NBA Finals? You guys can make your predictions in the live chat as I get out of here. I'm going to go ahead and get to bed pretty early here now that it's a Saturday night, getting up early on a Sunday. I'm tired. I had a lot of fun with you guys, though. And the Lakers are in the NBA Finals. It's game time. And LeBron James led this team the entire night with another incredible playoff triple-double.